The morning, everything changed. Early in the morning, around 6 a.m. in Israel, several fighter jets quietly lift off from a military airbase. Each aircraft carries long-range precision weapons designed for one specific purpose: a strike mission. But this isn't a typical military operation. The target is not a missile base, not a weapons facility. The target is Iran's leadership itself. According to intelligence gathered by both Israeli and American agencies, a rare opportunity had appeared. Multiple high-ranking Iranian officials were reportedly gathered at a government compound in Tehran. Among them, possibly the most powerful man in the country, the supreme leader of Iran. If the intelligence was correct, this operation could reshape the balance of power in the Middle East. 2 hours after takeoff, the jets reached their launch position. Weapons were released. Seconds later, massive explosions erupted inside the compound. Within moments, buildings were reduced to rubble, and smoke began rising above Tehran's skyline. What happened next would trigger one of the most dangerous escalations in recent history. But to understand why this strike happened at all, we need to go back decades. Before 1979, Iran looked very different. The country was ruled by Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, an authoritarian monarch who maintained strong alliances with Western nations, particularly the United States. But that changed dramatically during the Iranian Revolution of 1979. Mass protests overthrew the monarchy, and a new government emerged under Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. Instead of a pro-Western monarchy, Iran became an Islamic republic governed by religious leadership. And almost immediately, relations with the United States and Israel collapsed. But what happened next would change the course of the region. As the fighter jets continued their mission, intelligence teams closely monitored the situation from command centers thousands of kilometers away. Their target was a heavily guarded government compound in Tehran. Inside the complex, several senior officials had reportedly gathered for a high-level meeting. Among them was the country's most powerful leader. For months, intelligence agencies had been tracking his movements, studying travel patterns, security routines, and communication networks. The operation had been carefully planned. 2 hours after takeoff, the aircraft reached their designated launch position. From high altitude, the pilots prepared for the final phase of the mission. Moments later, bright streaks appeared in the morning sky. Within seconds, powerful blasts echoed through the government complex. Thick clouds of smoke began rising above the buildings as emergency sirens spread across the city. Satellite images later revealed extensive damage across several structures inside the compound. Reports soon began circulating that multiple high-ranking officials had been killed in the strike. Among them, according to early intelligence assessments, was the country's supreme leader. News of the operation spread rapidly across the world. Governments scrambled to confirm the details, while military forces across the region were placed on high alert. Within hours, the attack had triggered one of the most dangerous escalations in recent history. But the strike itself was only the beginning, because the question now facing the world was far more dangerous. How would Iran respond? And would this operation ignite a much larger conflict across the Middle East?